Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our employees management system. So I'm going to sign in. So here we have our dashboard. So we have HR and payroll. We have the employees, holidays, leave adjustments, leave balances, and the leave periods. Then you have the leave types, the leave applications. We have security. So here under security, you have the system users, the user roles, system profiles, audit logs. We also have the approval workflows, user group approval matrix, designation, departments, banks, countries, town or cities, system codes and system code details. Then you have the company information. So today I want us to base on something here called leave types. So you can see here when you're adding leave types, you add the type of leave, but there's something that we've missed here. So each of these leave types, we should be having the number of days that it should apply. So if you go to our models, so we go to leave types. Here we can introduce, so you can actually decorate these with the display name. Then we do this. So if we just do here, we'll import system component model. Then you can say leave type code. Then you can copy this and have it here. Then we'll say leave type name. So we need to add another property here for leave type days. So every leave type has some days, for example, for companies. So I'll just do here decimal. Then you can say here days. So once you have that, remember we've changed our model. So the next thing that you need to do is to add migration. So I'm going to add migration. Then you can say leave type days. So press enter. So here we'll be having leave type days. So our migration is started, and you should be able to generate a migration file, and we should update the database. So if you're new to this channel and you've not subscribed, we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please like the video, comment down below, and even subscribe. So our migration file has been generated. So the next thing is we need to just do update database, and our database will be updated with a new column. So the column will be days. Then we can now update our razor views, where we'll be having our days, and we should be able to add new values. So there we go. So you can see some of these commands are actually SQL statements, and you can see it is creating migration. It is also updating the database with a new column. So let's go to our that is the leave types. So under leave types, I'll just go to leave types under index. I'll now add the days as one of the option here. So I'll just do here days, and you can also add it as a value here. So I'll just do this. So let me zoom it a bit. Then you can close this. Then you can say these are days. So once you have the days, you can also do the same thing on create action. So I'll also add the number of days that it applies here. So I'll just do here days. Then here we can have days. This is also days. Then for details, I think we don't need it. Edit, we can add the days as well. So I'll add the days as one of the input field. So once we have this, then let's update our app, and we should be able to add nowadays to our application. So we are going to check for today's video. We want to check the leave application module, and we should be able to see how you should apply the leave and even generate the approval workflow entries. So there we go. So here under leave, you can now see you have the leave days, and if I just do edit, we have the days here. We'll do 5 or 6. So let's say 6. So if I click update, there's something that is not working. So if we go to our controller, just go to the leave days, the leave types, I mean. Then under the edit action, if we come here, you see we have this binding. So if we remove this, then we should be okay. So unless if you don't want to remove it, you need to add it as one of the property here. But for now, let's just remove it and we remain with that. So I want us to now come and do the edits. So I'll just do edit. Then we should now be able to update the number of days. So if you want to have the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below, and you'll have a full source code with even the database. So I'll just go to edit. I'll edit our application, and I can have this as 8. So if I click update, you see we still have something. So let's just put in a breakpoint here, and we should be able to see what is the issue. So if I click that, we have our breakpoint. And a leave type, do we have the number of days? So we should check if we have the days. You see we have the days. Then there is something that is missing. You see we have the created by is not there, and we should be having that. So there are two main things that we should be having. So if you come to edit here, we should ensure that our created by has a value. So how do you do that? So you come here and you do hidden, then you have the created by ID, and you also have the created on. So we don't need to update that. So that's fine. So I relaunch our app again, then we should be good to go. So these leave types are the ones we are going to ensure we are applying, and also we are going to check. So we'll be doing even validations as we go along. So I'll just sign in. Then if we go to our leave types, I'll just come and edit. Then you can do here 8. So if I update, and now if we proceed, our is validate should be true. It's now false. So what is the reason? So you can see we have the created by as one of the issue, and even modified by. So to navigate that for now, and I said we'll be going to use a view model. So I'll just say remove. So this will be model state. Then I'll say remove. Then I can have here my created by, and I can also have my modified by. So this is one way of passing through that. But in case you want to use, so the best way is actually to use a view model. So using this pattern is the right way. So MVVM. So if we'll be actually doing a video now. We are converting this to ensure that we are doing the correct thing. So there we go. So I'll just sign in. Then if you come to holidays, that is the leave types, and do edit, I'll just update this to 9. And if I click that, you'll realize that now our update is working. But there's one thing. So if we do here 5 or 7, so you'll realize this is working. So remember, our message is not updating, so we need to do that. So here we can always update with the message, and in case of an error, you can even try to wrap this. So here we have, so you can add an error here. So you can say error. So let's just, yes, so you can say here, so this is model, so you can do here error. Then you can have the, so you can say here that, then you can have here our error message. So you can say here, so can have this as error dot message. So leave type could not be created, or could not be updated. Could not be updated successfully. Then this one we leave type updated successfully. So let's relaunch our app and see how this is working. So we should be able to get that update message every time we update our application. So let's just relaunch our app and see how that works. So if I just sign in here and come to our leave types, then I do edit. Here we can do 8 update. So remove the breakpoint. Then we should have our message. So you see we have our message there. So I think that's cool for the So do we need the edit and the things? So I think we can remove the edits. So here for the leave types, I'll just do away with edit and delete. So and even so I mean the delete, edit, details and delete. So I'll just leave this. We remain with one of the buttons here. So that's cool. So the next thing that I want us to do is the leave application. So if I just, so we need first to move this button to the right. So this one, leave application. And you can copy what we have under a leave types index. So I'll just copy this. And if we go to leave application, we should be having the same thing. So here, I'll call this add leave application, add new leave application here, add new leave application. Then you can remove this here and also this one. Then you can say this is leave. So you can call these leave applications. So if we update this, then we should be able to have our, you see, we have our add new leave application here. So if we click add, then we'll be having a list of employees, the number of days, the start date, the end date, and even whether it's a full day, half day, or then you can do the leave type that you've been adding. Then we have the attachment. So I also want us to check on the buttons. So for the buttons, I want us to have it in a very, so let's just go to, let's say, for example, employees. So if you go to employees, you'll realize that our buttons, we have the back, you see, we have these and these other sides. So that's what we want to do. So here, I'll copy what you have under employees, then go to leave. So under leave create, I'll have this here. So I'll just say register leave application. So that's one. So we need to see what this does. So if you save leave application, so let's just go to the controller, under leave applications controller. You see we have our create action. So it will save the document and it will also have our leave application status as pending status. But also we need to generate, it actually generates a workflow. So you see here we have the leave types, document type as a leave, then the workflow user group, it takes the user. So I think we'll be changing these matrix for now, and we'll be able to see how we are going to work with these approval workflows. So for now, let's just go here and do leave application. So if I just say here, I do that, and that, and that, then I have this, and I can have my notes. So I can say gone for leave. So then if I click save, so there's something that has happened here. So you see an error occurred while creating leave, while attempting to evaluate. So let's just check what is happening. So if we come here, let's put a breakpoint here. So I'll just save. So there's one thing that is happening. So let's just let me cancel this so that I show you what is happening. So the first thing is our leave types. So we need to have our employees here. So here we are getting, so there we go. Here we should be able to get, so here I can actually remove this and have it here. So if there's an error, I can have it down here. Yes. So if there's an error, we can return the leave application from here. Then in case there's a success creation, then you can take us to index. And we can also have a success message. So this success message, we need to have it down here. So that's when the leave application has been created and it should be good to save. But now, I think, yes, that addresses what I had. So let's just launch our app. and see. So for the leave application, we should now be able to create a leave application and send it for approval. So let's see. So there we go. So I'll just sign in. Then we'll also be adding notifications. So I'll just go to leave application, then new. This is our employee, the number of days here, start date, end date, then days, and then notes. Say good. So if I say register, for now the document is null, so you can leave that. So if we proceed, you see it is giving us an error still. So here it's saying that is not a valid leave date. So it says 3 or 4. So if I click register, so there we go. So I want us to see where the issue is. So I'll just proceed. So there we go. So that has saved. Then if we move next, so next, yes. So we have an issue here. So it is telling us there is an issue. So here I want us to see. So I think we are going to change the workflow. So I want us to remove this workflow for now, because this workflow, I want us to use something easier. So I think we were doing a user approval matrix. So I want us to use a different approach. Instead of mapping users to workflows, we can do users based on certain roles or departments. We can even do departmental. So if we go back here and we say leave application, I do a new leave application, I put in 4 days, then I can just do here start date, end date, then we have goods, then you say register, then you should be able to save our details. So if I proceed, you'll see our leave application has been created, and you have our leave days here, we have the leave type and the status. So I want to change this status from green. The green one should indicate that this is actually approved. So if we come back here, I want to change this from, you can do here warning, and also I think that's okay. So if I update, then you should be able to do that. But now you see it has changed to warning. But I want us to check something. So you see this status, I want us to say if not all the status are actually warning. So let's just do if item, so you can do if item dot code equals to, so you can do here if it's equals to approved. So I want us to have this as approved. So if it's approved, that's when you have a different status. So you can have this one, else everything should be warning. Then you can do this success. So that's how you can differentiate two statuses, and you should be good to go. So you see here, we have now this. So if we update our app, we should still be having that. But in case you say approve, so if you do this, so we need to change our buttons here as well. So let's just go to details. So I want to take the buttons from what we add here, and we should be having them on the details section as well. So is that details or it's approve? Yes, that's approve section. So if we go to approve leave, it's approve leave. So here we need to have these under footer here. We need to have this here. So we can have can say approve leave application, and you can remove this. Then there we go. So if we update hot reload, we should be able to see our buttons. You see we have our buttons approve here and the back to list here. And then this is the approval notes. So on approval, if you click approval, it comes to where is the form. So this is the form. It takes us to approve leave. So if you go to approve leave applications and approve action, so we can go to approve leave. Then you see here, it's taking the status of leave application to approve, then adjustments, then it comes here, check for the leave, it changes the status to approve, it takes the notes, then it actually adds a negative adjustment entry to your leave adjustments entries. So if we do that, so let's just do approved. So if I say approve, we need to add the success message. So let's add the success message. We are not having that. So let's just go to the create action and we can borrow from it. So you're going to copy this and also go to our approve action. Here, everywhere we have this, I think once this is saved, we can say leave application approved successfully. But in case there is an issue, we can do a try catch. Then once that is okay, then we can have it here. So I can say catch exception, I can do X, then you can do that. Then you can have our message here. Then you can say error. Say leave application could not be approved. Then this one, instead of having that here, you need to have it here. Then I want us to do a return view. Then we return the model. So what is the model here? It should return the leave. So that is the model. So we'll pass it here. Then everything we have here, we should actually do that.employee ID. Then we have here that. Then here we say leave type ID. Then for the duration, we should also do the same. We do this, then you say duration ID. So then if we do this, then we should be good. So I think here we can then add this plus ex.message and it should be good. So let's try to approve now another leave application. So if we just launch our app, we should now be able to approve a leave application. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and comment down below. In case you need the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. So I'll go to the leave application, then under actions, so I'll say approve. Then I can have here, I can just put in comments. So I say approved. So you can see our leave application approved successfully. And there's something that I want you guys to see. So if you come to, where is it? Leave adjustments. You realize that we are now having some leave adjustments for the guys that you've been approving, you see? And it's actually saying leave adjustments. That is a negative leave adjustment. So this is leave taken, negative adjustment type is negative, and you're able to see the entries. So we are logging all the entries that have been taken. So do you need this leave period? So we can remove that column. So under leave adjustments, so we are tracking entries for leave adjustments. So I'll just remove this. So whenever you apply for leave, it is logged. So that entry is logged, and we can actually see the number of leaves that you've applied. So you see here, these are the days, the leave adjustment date and description, and the leave adjustment type. So we also have the leave balances. Then now this is our leave application. But there's one thing that is not showing. What happens to those leave applications that you've been approving? So if we come here and say, so this is, let's do these three, approve. So this is the record. I say approved. So if we click approved, I want to ensure that we have those leave applications here. So where is it? you see it is not showing. So what happens, we need to check on the leave application index to ensure that we are not filtering that out. So if we come to index, you realize that you're only filtering the leave adjustments, leave applications only awaiting approval. So this should not be the case. So here you can say leave applications. We should filter all the leave applications here. So we just do that. Then we do here dot to list. So if we do the to list, then we do here leave applications, and we need to remove this here and also this one. Then this is our view. Then you can do here await. So we need to see all the approved leave applications and those that has been rejected. So if we launch our app, we should now be able to see all leave applications that has been approved and those that has been rejected. So let's just go back and see here. So I'll just go to our leave applications here, and then I do, so you see we have now the approved leave applications and the waiting. So what happens if we reject? So let's also do that. So I can go to our leave, then for the approved actions, we can take so you can actually take this and you can have our reject button. Then you can say here, can have this here, then you can say this is instead of primary, we can do here danger. Then you can say reject leave application, then that should be the case. So if we check on the actions for rejection, we should see under leave applications, let's just take what we had under approval. We should take the success message. So let's just check for the reject action. Here we should also have our, so you say leave application rejected successfully. And the good thing is we need to add this to our try catch. So I'll just do that. Then I can wrap this here. Then I can have this here. Then I can say here else. So let me zoom. So this is else. I'll say else. Then if I do that, I can, this will be catch, I mean. Then here I say exception. Then here we can do a success message, an error message. I'll do error, leave application could not be rejected successfully. Then you can add the message that you've got. So here this is the message. Then since we have that, we need to return now. We need to return the view. So here we do return view. Then you pass the model. So our model is our leave. So here we do leave, and that is the. Then here we can now pass also what we had done before, a leave type ID. Then here we also do that. Then employee ID. Then you also have here duration ID. So this will be duration ID. So once you have that, then you should be good to go. So let's relaunch our app and see. So I'm going to relaunch our app. So if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below. And in case you need the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. So I just sign into our app, and we are going to reject one of the leave application. So I'll just come here and say here reject. So here I'll say this is rejected. So if I say reject, you see our application could not be error sending. So let's just check what is the issue now. So if I come here, I want us to say reject. And if we come to this, there are some informations that I think we are missing here. So one thing is, if we come here, I want us to take the leave ID, that's fine. So if we take that, that's okay. Then you see approved by, it is taking the macro code, which is not. So here you should say user then you say dot get. This is what we had done on our previous series. So if you are new to this episode, confirm our previous episodes. So here get user, and that will give us the user who is logged in. So I think that's the main reason here why it was not saving. So we were coding the users before, but now we need to get the user who is logged in. So let me just launch the app, and we should see how this goes. So if I sign in, then I come to leave applications, and here I can say reject. I can do here reject, then I can say reject. So these will give me the details. So you'll see the user is logged in here, and you can get the user ID. So you see this is the user with the email and 5 claims. So you're able to get the details of the user. You see here you have the identity, you have all the information about the user, and you can see the claims, the email address, the name, and even the ID of the user. So if I proceed, you realize that we're still having the same issue. So let's just check. So if I come here, you have the date status. So this status, what is the status here? ID. Then if we check now here, we should be able to see the rejected, approved on, created by ID, created on, duration. We have the employee leave type, number of days, status, and status ID. So I think the issue here is the number of days. You see here it's 0. So let's try to reject another application. So you say rejected. Let me see what is the issue here. So let's put the breakpoint here. So if we proceed, there we go. So you can see here it is saying cannot insert null value into column user ID table audit logs. Yes, so there is an issue somewhere. So you see these changes that you've been saving here. We need to always supply the user ID. So here you can say variable logged in user equals to. So you can copy this here, and then this logged in user, we pass it here. Then you also need to pass it on the save changes. So the reason for this is so that we actually get the audit logs. So we can update that. So let's relaunch our app and see. So we should now be able to reject a leave application. So let's reject the leave application and see how this application will work. So if we sign in, go to leave applications here. Then if we say here reject, we do rejected, and I click reject, we have our breakpoint. So let's proceed and see. So there we go. Save changes, it has rejected. So you can see leave application rejected. Now I want us to change this. So you see the colors for rejected and awaiting approval is the same. So to do that, you can come here under leave applications index. Then we say if that is the case here, so we'll do else if. So here again, so we say else if we do this. So else if this is rejected. Yeah, if this is rejected, what we need is this one, but here we say danger. So if we update our app, we should now be able to have those applications that are rejected with red. So you see it has a red colors. So if we do here 100, we'll be able to see the leave applications that has been rejected. So I think that is it for today. In case you want to follow these episodes and you want to see how this application is being built, consider watching some of our previous series. And in case you need the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. See you in our next episode. Bye.